Countdown?
Yes.
Okay, and we are live, supposedly. Just want to double check and make sure, Tony, because I'm a little paranoid about that kind of stuff. But yeah, let me see here. Let me just double check, make sure that we are live. We should be live. Just checking to make sure. And let's see. And we are live. Okay, great. Well, what's up, everybody? I'm Dustin Coiner from Talkin Motorbikes, and I am on tonight with a living legend, Toni Elias, former world champion. Actually, fuck that. He's always the world champion. What is up, Tony?
How are you? Hello.
So you know what, man? We were talking about this for weeks before you made your announcement or whatever. Like, I wasn't, We weren't planning this because of the retirement thing, right? Just making sure everybody knows that that's clear, right?
Yeah, no, and look, I just announced officially myself today, no? Like morning and something like I'm happy. I'm happy with all happened during this 20, 24, no, 34 years.
34
Uh,
years you've been
34
racing.
years. Yes, it's
You've
a
been
lot.
racing since you were 6.
Yes,
Shit, man.
yes,
So let's talk about that. Like, how like you were from a small town kind of by Barcelona, right?
yes.
So like, how does the small town from by Barcelona end up world champ? What did you what did you have going on? I mean, well, we know this kid, American kid that lives over there now, Christian Daniels.
Yeah,
He and his dad, Christian Daniel, he and his dad are
yes,
living over there and racing on the. He started doing pocket bike shit. Is that what you did, or
yes. I'm coming of motorcycle. Uh,
okay?
my grandfather was a road racer like me. My father motocross racers. My dad was times a Spanish champion. Did some podiums in the world championship. And after that, they had a motorcycle shop
Okay.
uh, for 30 years. No, and when I born there. I born in a small between mechanics and between vehicles and it's I no nobody pressure on me to do it, but was there was my toy, and at the end I asked, and my dad and my to me very soon with two electric bike and then cross bike, and yeah, when I really to jump on this for the pocket bikes, I discovered
Okay.
on the mini bikes my passion with motocross. With the motocross in 1 year, I didn't like it. I was not fun. I was dirty. Was not nice and
Well, dirt's for
yeah,
planting vegetables anyway, right?
exactly. And then the, I discovered these mini motorcycles
Yeah.
and I asked to try, no, and nothing. 5-10 minutes, I was dragging my knee and like I felt super. I decided, okay, I want to go race this. First race I did was
And how old were you then?
I was 5.5 or almost.
You're
Yeah,
like, this is what I want to do. Like at 5,
yeah,
like who does
especially
that? Like most people at 5, they're like trying to figure out which GI Joe to pick and play
yes,
whatever. Like, how do you?
yeah. The what I liked the most was in motocross was the last one. And on my first race in this mini bikes, I won. This is what I like, and this is fun. Is fun, and here I am. All these years after.
So you ended up in the world championship while you were still in high school, right?
Yes, I was. I arrived in
No shit. So you're racing 125s in world level
yeah.
championship at 16.
Yes,
That's
I was
crazy, man.
doing. I was doing a Spanish championship for 2 years. Here when I was 14 and 15, and then I had the opportunity to jump in the world championship. No, and big
Like,
change. Not only
yeah,
as a racer, also like
yeah.
I never left.
Being away from home for the first time.
Yes, because I was living in Spain, in Barcelona, all my life and never left. And uh, in 16 in March, I find myself. I was in South Africa doing my first race, and far from the family, with different people. I new team, new mechanics, different cars,
Yeah,
eating different food was hard. It's not that everything.
right.
But yeah, I was no.
Yeah. So I saw your post today talking about the dream, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, it's like, dude, you posted that, and it's like, dude, you should have save it for the show, man.
I
Yeah.
couldn't, but here we are.
But yeah, so you're at 17, you come out world championship, and like I have it in my notes here that you finished third in the world championship at 17. So like
Yes.
you turned 17 during the season, right?
Yeah. Uh, 17, maybe the first or the second race that year.
Okay.
But first year I had a normal team and with a normal bike. For me, a victory that year was take maybe 2 or 3 points every weekend. No, that was a good. If
Okay.
I was doing a wrong race, a bad race was out of the points.
Wow.
Disappointing, but that prepared me so much. I had to push and work hard, and then the next year, good team,
Yeah.
good bike. Since the first race, I was uh, many points. Um,
From do you have mechanicals or crashes or
yeah, the first race was. I remember I arrived in Suzuka.
Mhm.
I find myself I was top 5 in the first
Wow.
practice. No, said
Wow.
wow, I
You're
have a
like
good
shit.
and I'm top 5, and I was pushing so much that I destroyed 3 bikes in a weekend. No, so at the end for Sun material to do the bike, I took some, not the best weekend. I was too much motivated. I then the second race on the tire since when I was second.
Oh shit.
Then the third Jerez, I remember the fuel pump just to
Take
stop
a shit.
when I was before. I was super disappointed because I knew I was there
Yeah.
for 3 times and do what I wanted, and then we arrived in Le Mans. I did my first podium, no, and from there second, and then I said, okay, now I want to win, no, and I won in Assen the first Grand Prix in 1 to 5.
That's badass. That's badass. And then after it was all history after that, right?
Yeah, the problem is then something happened unexpected, like I didn't expect. After 7 or 8 rounds, I was for the title,
Yeah.
and it's 3 races at the beginning. Maybe I could, you know, in,
Yeah.
um,
That's racing though,
uh,
right?
yeah, racing shit happened like you said, and
Yeah.
but very happy how my first year in my second year in.
So then you went from 125s to the 250s. Like, talk about how big of a step that was.
It's when you explode as a racer, um, then everything is more. Every, look, my son is knocking. Oh my god, so amazing. Um, uh, when you are at the top, then some teams start to for 250, and I didn't want to continue in 1 to 5. No, I opportunity to jump in one of the Aprilias of it,
Okay.
and I jump in. No, and that was a big step because it was a lot of power. Um, was difficult to manage. I crash to test some height sides, slow you down a lot.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is not a joke. It has to be serious, and let's take it easy, and this is
Did
this
you
is what
have
I.
to did you have to ride the two you found that you had to ride the 250 a different way than the 125 because of the power?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all 1 to 5 is all around all round lines and lean angle, gas and go all the time under fairing, being aerodynamic, and
Yeah.
then you find out with a lot of power all the time on the wheelie, and you start to learn how to brake less speed, but stop and go. No, you have to start to
Yeah.
learn the way how to use the power. That brake late, turn, and picked up the bike, and then use the power.
Wow, man. So you come from that era, and so it's like I wanted to talk about this too because like you've come from all those areas, like right, like I said, fucking carburetors and shit, right? And so you come
Yes.
from the analog. This is your traction control era to like full MotoGP, like all advanced
Yeah.
electronics to superbike stuff, which pretty strong electronics. So you come from all those eras. Like, which one's your favorite
Like
and why?
every every era it's been nice, no? And I remember I remember in one of the tests with Aprilia in Mugello. This was 2003, and that bike, no electronics, did 293 kilometers per hour, 300 with the 250.
No shit.
That's what it is doing right now. I mean that
Right.
bike is not the were flying at that times, and
Yeah.
that was one of the best bikes I ever ride. One of the best memories. We did like 8 or 9 pole positions that year, and lost the championship again for 12 points only.
No
Uh,
shit.
um, nice, no electronics. Everything was here. Some
Yeah.
um, uh, when the engine said no more hindsight, no, like
Yeah.
how you say
High side?
No, like, when the engine locks.
Oh, oh, engine braking.
Yeah, engine
Like,
piston like touch
oh,
the
like a seizure. Like, does it seize?
spokes, and then at
Yeah.
that moment the rear lock, the rear
Okay.
wheel lock, and you
Okay.
hide. No, and
Okay.
that was very typical of 250,
Yeah.
and was not nice, man. That
No. No.
but
That's why those guys like back in the two-stroke era, damn near every session, right? They'd come in, and the next thing you know, like the top end
yes,
of the engine would be apart. Like
yes,
we,
yes,
in club racing, we'd always you could spot the two-stroke guys from a mile away because the mechanics were always dirty, right?
yes, yes, yes. The carburation
Yeah,
to be perfect.
just to make sure.
Yes, and
And you had to
maybe
do that weird shit like plug chops and stuff, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So nice, but of course you always prefer more power, and electronics are also making you faster.
Yeah.
Of course that right now too
Is
much
it
electronics. But that time simple electronics. You still had to manage the everything, no, and of course at the end you had that little safety zone that when you had you mistake too much, then the bike was kind of saving,
evil?
no?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've got a lot of questions, and everybody that's watching, I'll get to most of your questions later on, but I will ask this one because this is serious business. Marcus Jackson asks, can you please tell everyone how to properly pronounce your last name?
Yes, my name is Toni Elias. It's
Elias.
not Eli.
Elias.
It's not
Tony
Elias.
Elias.
Not not Elias. Not Elias. Not is Eli.
Tony Elias.
Yes.
There you
Yes.
go.
There we
Well,
go.
there you go. Problem solved, everyone.
Yes.
Now that he's not racing anymore, we finally figure out how to fucking say his last name. That's
Oh
great,
my gosh.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did the 250 thing, and then how did you go from 250 to MotoGP? Like what
Yeah.
you had Fortuna, right?
Yeah. One day, into with Aprilia, I won the Spanish Grand Prix, and I found the coming back home. I was flying in the plane and was the Fortuna boss,
Oh yeah.
and she was next to me. And hey, I'm the boss of Fortuna. Congratulations for today, blah blah. And we talked like for 30, 40 minutes, but that's it. And not it was a normal conversation. But she told to the was in the same in the manager on the 250 was there with her. She told him, I want this guy. Next year I want this guy. So they made an offer, and we signed like a deal. Was
Oh shit.
yes, was something I never had before. And my first year with the on the 250, good with that bike, we had some chassis problem, and I struggled. Was not I wanted, was not as fast I was with, but I was under 40. And
Yeah.
then after that season, what happened is I wanted to continue 250 because I was thinking with maybe we could go to Aprilia with Fortuna.
Oh, okay.
and that was a good opportunity, no? And last race in Valencia that year, they said, we think you have to go to MotoGP tomorrow.
Oh
So
shit.
just the day I was 250 rider one more season, and I
Yeah.
found myself Monday on a MotoGP Yamaha full gas in Valencia, Willis in fifth gear. No, like that was
No
like,
shit.
what the heck? What the heck I'm doing here? No, was
So
very nice,
what
very
what
nice.
what year was that? Was that 04 or
Oh, it
right?
was the N04,
Okay.
and yeah, my
Wow,
first
man.
test with the
And who was your
very
teammate? Who was your teammate? Was it Marco?
uh no.
Oh, it was Ruben Chaus. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I remember
yes,
that dude.
yes.
That's
Very fast
crazy.
guy. Was uh, on that MotoGP bike, and so much power was
That was the
was
Yamaha, right?
yes, was a
That
Yamaha the M1
okay.
1H. But I took it easy, and yeah, was very nice. Was very nice.
Yeah. Right on, man. And then, you know, I don't know how this goes, but like, I don't in reading up on you to get some facts or whatever. I don't know if these are true or not, but supposedly Grassini, or sorry, you got the Grassini through Fortuna on the Honda the following
Yes,
couple of years, right? So was
yes,
I don't remember, was Fortuna on the bike still because you were still under contract with them, or how did it go?
yeah. The Fortuna deciding when,
Oh,
uh, if that was uh, the
yeah,
super at that moment, and
yeah,
they, if they were not happy, they easily uh, brand in 10 seconds, no? And
really, okay,
that was what my initial idea in 250 was. Okay, the Honda is not working, is not competitive as the Aprilia, but to go to Aprilia. So okay, I want
yeah,
to ride Fortuna Aprilia,
okay,
and I find myself Yamaha. The that time was the team, and they
okay,
were more focused on Valentino. And that year, like, they wanted world champion, and all the forces are there, and Fortuna was not very happy, and they decide to move to Honda, no, for the next
okay,
season. So they called to Fausto, and Fausto, yes, of course, let's do it.
yeah,
So
yes, of course, we'll take your cigarette money, right?
exactly, exactly. Was great. Not tobacco, was a telephone,
Yeah,
and
movie star, right?
Movistar,
Telefonica, yeah,
and and multiple options of sponsorship, and that was great for everyone, no? Like for the
yeah,
racing, from the top class to the small class. Motorsports in general was
yeah.
strong. Was not, now it's difficult.
Now it's full
Everybody,
of like now it's full of Ponzi schemes and shit, right? Like, has anybody ever in the history of energy drinks ever seen a leopard energy drink anywhere? Like, I've never seen one, right?
no, but it's at the end, they are there, no, and
Yeah,
they are having team, and they
yeah,
are winning a lot of stuff, and if they want to be, it's one more piece in the game, and this is uh, more pieces we have better, no? Everywhere
Yeah,
here, or in World Championship or World Superbike, we need teams, we need the sponsors, and
yeah,
the riders need this because without the sponsors and teams, we are, and at the
true.
end doesn't matter um, where the sponsor come from or what
Yeah.
color. if if they bring money and they pay and we survive as a teams as a racers is you know.
Don't you think it would help if more people just go out and buy motorcycles?
Sure. Um, more people buy motorcycles, the more the industry is, and more the invest.
Yeah,
And the problems we have, the sales are down,
yeah,
so the factories close
yeah,
the model, no, and
yeah,
then the teams riders is who have to pay this toll, no, and
yeah,
it's not good.
yeah. So what do you think? What do you think can be done about that? Like, do you think the writers could help step up and help sell more shit, or what do you think that the writers have to take a bigger role if they want to continue doing the thing?
Well, it's a thing. If we talk USA, there's more culture of cross than, and
Right,
if and you don't see many motorcycles, everything are
right.
uh, I think promotion to on sales on motorcycles for workers to
Yeah,
go a little bit against the no,
right.
we we are driving and doing, staying in the middle of camp
Yep.
every single day from to 8, no, and this in Europe is, the people are
Yeah.
like, hey, I don't want
They're
to
like
stay in
on
the big jump, I want to
Barcelona.
drive.
Barcelona, there's fucking scooters and motorbikes
Yes,
everywhere and
yes,
bicycles everywhere.
yes.
Yeah.
If you go to Asia, there's motorcycle is easy with the scooters, no? So
Yeah.
I think we have to find a way to promote that area. After that, I think the sales can go.
Yeah.
Then the brands or factories consider more these sales or these numbers, invest and come back,
Yeah.
and because at the end, I think there's this in this country there's a lot of brands, no, and
Yeah. Yeah.
different championships. We see
Yeah. Totally.
have everything. So why we cannot have all that too, no? And it's different things, no? It's the brands and the factories, and then the TV, and then the championships. Found the solution to bring this money,
Yeah.
and
Well,
but
here's
it's
another comment. There's another comment coming in on this same subject. Um, his name is Buy a Jet from Steve Main. He says he sponsors the Altus team currently, and he
yeah,
feels the quote one on Sunday, sell on Monday philosophy is missing from Motor America. And the quote show um, is the great second superbike race at Road Atlanta. It was the best in 20 years. Sponsors need to know that we can sell product, but we are all racing junkies ourselves. So Mission Foods sponsors all kinds of racing.
Mhm.
So what do you think?
Yeah, we need more mission foods.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
Uh, yeah,
I mean, Fresh and Lean sponsors all kinds of shit too, right? Like they
yeah,
personal sponsor some riders, and they're obviously the title sponsor or one of the title sponsors on the Attack Yamaha. So we need more we need more Fresh and Lean and more Mission chips, right?
yeah. The show is there. The
Yeah,
show is amazing. We just need to found the key to open these and to arrive to the public. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Brett Griffin says there's no incentive to ride a motorcycle in the USA because most of the states don't allow lane splitting. There's no special parking for motorcycles, and bike registration costs just as much as a truck. So there may be some truth to that too. I mean, I notice every time the price of gas goes way up in California, anyway, motorcycle sales start to go up. It's weird. So,
I don't know
right?
about that, but
Yeah,
uh it's at the end because you ride motorcycles, and doesn't matter
yeah,
if the gas go up or down.
yeah,
Uh, but what I feel is there's more culture to go to a racetrack to ride and to do track days
yeah.
than use the motorcycle for go to work, no,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
and
Well, I don't know. I don't, it's absolutely true, like, because of the circles that we run in, right? But there are also so many people that ride sport bikes that have never been on the track. They don't, it's like there's a lot of people, like through Los Angeles, even, there's a lot of people that ride sport bikes, and a ton of them have no idea that you could even go to the track. And the ones that do know that haven't gone have all kinds of excuses as to why that, they don't want to risk it or whatever. They don't, or they, there's always the excuses, right? Like, I don't have this magic. I don't have my bike's not all raced out. That, I've heard that at bike nights. So,
of
like,
course
it's maybe a cultural thing.
there's the people who is not using the motorcycle for work, but it's the cycles and they go to ride on the canyons, for example, and yeah, it's a passion, but it's dangerous. It's
Yeah.
the danger is there around the corner.
Yeah.
Sand,
Yeah.
white lines, the rails,
People on phones.
people on phones, and many that you cannot control. Instead of go to a track, prepare your push.
Yeah.
If you crash or you run off, you just have a runoff area and as you want, no, and it's much more safe. Uh,
Yeah.
there's
I have a comment from my friend that lives in Spain, Christian
yeah,
Daniel. He says that he agrees with Brett, the guy that said the question about no incentive to ride a motorcycle in the US. He says he agrees with that. And in Barcelona, though, you see kids riding on the back of bikes and scooters, and there's no quote mothers against death sport stuff here. And then Jesse Nelson continues on with that, and he says, in the USA, sport bikes are considered a quote luxury item and are also looked down upon by the older generation for the most part. So yeah, it sounds like it's American culture thing too. That's like kind of putting the thumb on the scale against motorbikes, right?
yes, for sure. Europe thing there, and there's something to work on there to change this mind, no, on this, no, but
Yeah,
um, But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's what it
Yeah.
is. we
Yeah.
I hope to had some key to change that.
Yeah, man. Us too. I mean, we help a lot of kids coming up and have for a long time. And it's always good to see young kids like right now in Moto America has that mini cup thing. Yeah, it's
Yes.
like, you know, when you're making changes like that, Motor America's kind of been around for a while, but when you make changes like that, it takes years for the results of those changes to be seen. So hopefully, those kids coming up and the kids behind them coming up, like that'll help drive the next boom.
Yeah, it's, I really believe that there's a lot of mm, a lot of talent in USA.
Yeah.
We just need to little bit of what's happening in the other side, no? And uh, I I grew up there. I arrived to the top, and there's a way to do that, no?
Yeah.
And I think for some years it was missing this,
Yeah.
but with this championship, that's the way to build to build champions, no? And uh, a lot of kids, a lot of talent, and we I think there's enough talent for a U.S. American racer arrive in World Championship and win, no?
Right.
And
Right.
you just need to write the right steps, and um, if I don't know, but I believe that following the right things, we can make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is what everybody wants to talk about, man. Like they want to talk about uh you beating up on Rossi.
Yeah,
Like 2006 Estoril, right? Like it's funny I've actually I've rewatched that race the last week or so, and I actually made Lily, my wife, watch the last two laps with me. I watched it and I watched it again with her. I was like, "You gotta fucking see this again," because it's been so long. And one of the things I noticed about that race was you were doing some stuff in that race that I was, that we all as fans in America became pretty familiar with you when you were racing on the Yoshimura bike, dive bombing the inside of the corner and stuff. But walk me through that. Like, you got to walk us through beating Rossi at Estoril, man.
well,
You knew this was coming.
this was a it's about that. You know, it was not only a race and win that race and beat the Rossi. No,
Yeah.
well, I was coming from a season like I had some injury, um, some issues. Crew chief in the middle of the season, then arrived. Uh, I found a really good crew chief. Was the best crew chief I had in my career. Right now we are friends, and my
Oh,
second
really?
father.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, he's an awesome man and super professional. And he, normally the crew chief wants to change your riding style, and you have to do this, you have to do that. And with he arrived the first day, I said, "Hey, I watch you race 125. I watch you race 250. I don't want you to change your riding style because what you are doing is amazing, and I believe in the way you brake and how aggressive you are with the motorcycle. We just need to work on that, give you the right tools, the right fit, the right setup for you to explode that area, no? As you know how you. So we start to work better and better and better. At some point, we were really close to. We were losing time at the beginning of the races, and we didn't know why. And was something on the tires, and then it is what was happening that time. It was very political situation with the tires where only the had that kind of tires. So
Mm-hmm.
I asked to Michelin that time for help. Was only 2 races left, and I
Yeah.
said, "Man, I need something. I need to feel. I
Give
need
me the good shit. Give me the good shit.
exactly."
Okay.
And they said, "Okay, don't worry, we will help you." So they pre to Sunday race. I received a tire. That tire was 7 tenths. The pace during every single lap was 7 tenths faster. No,
No shit. Wow.
so as soon as I start Sunday race, I start in P12. Some crashes at the front. Pedrosa kick
Took out
him,
Nikki.
kick out Nicky. Yeah, Stoner fall and things like this. So I was coming, kicking, good rhythm. My distance with Valentino who was leading the race was like 3 seconds only. So I keep my pace, no, to 5. Said okay. Now I want to catch Roberts, and I did it.
Yeah.
To catch Edwards, okay, did it. Pass him. Okay, now Valentino is 2 seconds away. I want to catch him. I catch him. When I
You
was
just,
there, I
just you just decide you're gonna catch Rossi. You're 2 seconds behind him.
like
Wow, man.
everything. I was I was putting myself in the race because I felt good. I felt with good rhythm. Said okay. Uh, every single goal was in front of me. I said
Wow,
okay.
man.
Now I want to pass this guy, and I did, you know. And but then I was leading the race, and I didn't. I was not comfortable leading the Rossi behind me. Said okay. I don't. I just want to be a little bit more relaxed. And we just started there with Kenny Roberts and Valentino. Uh, battle was kind of not at the limit yet, no? Just passing laps, and the moment arrived was moment to uh, and I did it. No, when I saw last lap, I said, okay, now or never. I remember was not even close to them. Was uh, Valentino and me, but was like kind of back. I was not very close. And I said, I have to now.
Yeah.
I break super late. I pass both, and I was. I'm not gonna make the corner. The bike was on the side. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, maybe I make it. And when I was in the corner, I said, "Wow, amazing!" No, like what you just did now. It's maybe I'm not gonna win the race, but what just happened is amazing, and it's on the camera. I will have it on video forever, no?
Yeah.
And yeah, and then we had to battle hard for the last lap with Valentino, and I beat him for that 002. Um, I won races in every category, different.
Yeah.
world champion, but all of this is is nothing. I will, if I will be remembered, or if today I still remember that overtake and that day,
Yeah.
and it's considered one of the top 5 or top 6 overtakes in not said for me is what they said, no.
I mean, the double pass, the lap before was like, holy shit, where did that guy come from, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, and it was just like it's like you beat him by a tire tread, basically, right? Like that's amazing, man. And people are still talking about it. And when I mentioned that I was going to talk to you on the show, all 90% of the comments were like, "Hey, tell him thanks for helping Nikki," because you're you kind of did Nikki a solid there by beating Rossi because Nikki ended up winning the championship by the amount of points that he lost to you.
Yeah, it's like before that race, Nicky had the championship on his pocket.
Yeah,
Was not his fault being taken out from his teammate, and with my win, kind of helped the situation 1 week for 1 week later. No,
yeah,
Valentino crash and just nothing, few
and
points
that's it, right?
and that's it. No, and
Yeah,
Nicky did an amazing season that that year, and he that championship.
yeah, he
Help
did,
I help a
man.
little bit, but
Do
I'm
what?
I help a little bit
Yeah, you
and
did.
to help him. I'm happy to bring one for him to bring or give to US one more.
Yeah. You know what? I'm curious about this. I had this is a few years ago, but we did a track day with Pirelli at Laguna Seca after World Superbike, and Kenny Roberts and Junior were there, and Junior was telling us a story about the politics of HRC, that like 2006, whatever.
Okay.
And he said that he was on his dad's bike, right, but the Honda engine, and they got some pretty good electronics set up for himself at Laguna, and like overnight apparently HRC came over and basically took their settings and put Nicky's settings in his bike and put his settings in Nicky's bike, and then all of a sudden his bike wasn't rideable as easily to ride than it was the day before. Did you have stuff like that happen with because you were riding the second tier, like the satellite Honda or whatever?
Yes, that's been my problem in my years in MotoGP. No, and
Yeah,
uh, it's it's difficult because at the end, being an official team or being a satellite team, it's makes difference.
yeah,
And these things happen. These things are real, and when it's not from the factory, no, and
yeah.
it's just strange because it's not. It's just still happening. But if we see Ducati situation, because they have 8 Ducatis
They
in
have
top,
they have more than half the field, basically, right?
so when small problem or the officials win, the satellites Ducati are very close to that level to win races, no?
Yeah.
But this is exceptional position. This never happened before.
No.
And before, if you were in a satellite team, you would never beat the officials. It's
Right.
impossible. It's politics.
Yeah.
And I think today a satellite team cannot win MotoGP title.
No?
They are battling, but this is politics. It's
Yeah.
not cannot have, not doesn't look good, I think.
Right.
And
Yeah, like Jorge Martin last weekend, right? He could win a
yeah,
race. They can win a race or two, but over the season,
wait
right?
one moment.
Okay.
Oh my god, one moment, please.
All right. Well, apparently Tony's got to take care of some family stuff real quick. I want to get into that politics stuff because that's weird. And that's something that the fans didn't even know about, you know. When you watch MotoGP since its inception, you don't really think about the political stuff that was going on, like he was saying about the tires, and then like I mentioned earlier about Kenny Roberts Jr. saying that the HRC guys basically messed up his electronics to help Nicky. So um, something to be said about that, and looking forward to Tony expanding on that. So here he comes, I think. Maybe not. And that's that. I don't know. I thought he was coming, but
Sorry, guys.
so yeah, no worries, man.
Look,
So carry on,
this is what
dude. Like,
happens when you are that, no? Like,
eh,
can't open the garage door and fuck up everything.
well, I mean, I can't relate to that because I just have dogs. Right?
So where do we
The
talking?
dogs do a good job fucking stuff up, but not like that.
We
Yeah.
have dogs. We have dogs also.
Yeah, like we came home from Thunder Hill and found out our dog Owen chewed the pocket out of our Olhausen pool table. Yeah, so good times. Yeah, so
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 I
yeah, talk about that more because I remember that kind of stuff was happening here in the U.S. With even on the club level, with Dunlop stuff. Like there was this guy that was the Dunlop distributor guy back in the day at Willow, and I mean he would have like however many sets of tires for like the guys that he was picking to win basically, and everyone else got like the shit that was left over. So it's like the tire politics stuff. So talk a little bit more about that kind of stuff because it's kind of interesting. And what's cool is you're not there anymore, so you could say whatever.
no, yeah, but it's not like that because it's everything. Even if we are talking here, no, you talk some shit and arrive like quickly, no.
Right.
So you always have to be careful, and I have many friends and
Yeah.
in
That's just the
conflict with,
reality though, right? Like
with
that's just the
anyone.
reality of the
Yeah,
situation over
but
there.
yeah, but for example, in my MotoGP times, I have many stories like this, like Kenny, no, and uh, for 1 year I signed a contract with HRC, and my bike should be what we signed in the contract was like I had same bike as the um on the Repsol, no.
Right.
But since the first day, the swing arm was different, the frame was different, and but there's nothing a rider can do.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
You are not gonna go to the court to say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I just sent me this contract, and look, I have these pictures that everything is." Said, "Okay, okay, you, Toni Elias, you." And on the cheat, no, but then you are not gonna have ever a
Yeah.
good material anyway because you are not gonna go against
Yeah.
HRC or Yamaha or Ducati.
Yeah.
You have to understand and you have to
Yeah.
to eat that shit and accept
You
it,
have
and
to
it's
eat
very
that shit.
yes, because at the end as a
Wow,
racer,
man.
yeah, when you can win and you don't have tools to do it, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's it's very difficult, no? And let's say Quartararo's situation right now being
Yeah.
for Mark Marquez,
Right.
they P9 or P8 or P12 when they been world champions 2 or 3 years ago. No, it's
Right.
they want to
Right.
be there, but they find out the situation that there's 8 Ducatis in top.
Right.
And if they want to enter in this top 8, they have to risk at the 150%,
Yeah.
crashing, breaking bones. It's what it
Right.
is, no? And when it's
Do you
not,
think Yamaha's current situation right now in MotoGP is suffering because they don't have a satellite team
no,
anymore?
doesn't, because at the end, it, if you have problems, you have an
Okay.
with your official team, you know,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter. Imagine they have 6 Yamahas.
Hmm.
Would be even more problem
Yeah.
because you
Okay.
have to supply them. You have to still um, to solve your own problems, no? And right now,
Right.
I think the good thing or the positive thing is that they have only 2 bikes and they can be fully focused on make them work. The problem is they it's time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just seems like you know the development is kind of steered by the writers, isn't it? Like in testing preseason, they're like, "Hey, fix this, this, and this," like leading up, and then like, do you think the writers or the engineers maybe didn't translate what they were saying or something? Like, how does that exactly walk me through how that works?
Well, uh, right now it's difficult because there's only 3 tests during the winter.
Okay.
I remember long time ago you 4 or 5 tests before start. Um, you have 20 or 30 people. Uh, you are the one there, the rider, and everybody is listening at you. But lately, what technology? That's why there's this 8 Ducatis top 8.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Uh, another rider will be in top 8 too. No,
Yeah.
another thing is go for the win, but
Yeah.
I think it's it's complicated right now. It's very difficult. It changed so much, and before, yeah, was politics, but a lot too.
Yeah.
And good rider with one factory behind you listening.
Yeah.
I need more stability on the brakes. I need more acceleration. Now I need the electronics. When I'm in maximum lean angle, the TC working a little bit there, and then as soon as you pick up the bike, so you are able to ask for everything, for what you want, and is working for you and is bringing to you. But right now, this is not is not like
Right.
um, it's in we don't what is right now with these aerodynamic things.
Yeah.
They are like graduating
Yeah.
itself. during the
Yeah.
or
And the
the
bikes
race.
they're going up and down and stuff,
Yes,
like the ride height changing device or whatever.
it's a
They like
little bit
squat down
too
the
much, no?
straights and they squat on the starts and yeah.
It's it's a little bit like Formula One, and that's it.
Yeah. It's not good. Well, the show's been pretty good,
Yes,
right?
the show is still there, but
Yeah.
we don't want to show with a Ducatis.
No, no. Everyone else just needs to step up their game, right? I mean,
Maybe
oh, it's Grand Prix, dude. Like, don't talk about that. Like, let's hang it out, man. Like, whoever builds the best shit should be the one who wins, right? Or no? You don't think so?
yes, the difference we have right now it's too much. It's too much, and it's
And
not.
it's crazy. It's crazy because Ducati is like this big, and Honda is like is huge, right?
Yes,
Honda is
but
huge. Yamaha is not as huge as Honda is, but they're still pretty big. And Ducati's like this big, so like
yeah,
it's crazy.
the is about mentality
Yeah,
and the this this Ducati thing uh, with the European mentality is like, okay, we have this problem, so let's build the solution and let's bring it for the next race.
Oh shit.
And
Okay.
it's like quick, so solve the problem quick, and Japanese
They got to bring it to committee first, right? They
problem.
got to have
And the
like they have to have like 75 meetings about it first.
thinking that this solution solution is not going to be here in 1 month or in 2 months.
Hmm.
That's it. That's
Right.
why Ducati and KTM are where they are, no? Because
Right.
the technology is there and the mentality is there, no? Here, no? And
Yeah. Yeah, that
Yamaha,
makes sense.
uh, they are super strong and they are powerful
Yeah.
and they don't for a win, like no, but
Right.
they are slow. Now
Yeah.
they will force to increase the speed.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that, I think all the fans are too. Because it's kind of weird seeing like most of the top 10 is Ducatis, and then there might be one other bike in there. um, so let's talk about your world championship season. You with your black bike and a yellow dot on the front. Yeah, let's talk about it, dude. Like, what did winning that title mean to you? It sounded like it didn't mean shit compared to beating Rossi, but
uh, means a lot. No, it's
yeah,
was a dream that came through and since little, and it was amazing. And
yeah,
we worked really hard for that. Uh, my family through the hospitals, bad
I read your
situation,
post today, bro. Like,
a lot of wins, but
yeah,
many political stuff, and at the end, boom. Uh,
world champ.
well, this is like, for example, I have that at home, world champ.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah,
Nobody will take it.
right. Yeah, I mean, that was the Moto 2 championship, and that was 2010 after the success and stuff in MotoGP and beating Rossi in his prime and everything. like, did you feel when you moved to Moto 2, did you feel like that was a demotion or like what do you
I was
like walk me through that? Like how did you get to Moto 2 from MotoGP?
I was very pissed off because
Okay.
because I was doing podiums every season in MotoGP.
Yeah.
One podium, two podiums. That year I did two podiums, Moto two.
Yeah.
So there was another racers that they didn't have the previously, and they still keep the seat. And that's a little
So like what the fuck, right?
that
Like
was a little
is that
bit
why
of
you did it piss you off and did that help motivate you to win that
of
title?
course.
It
Of
yeah.
course, when you are pissed off
Yeah.
and you are hit, you said, okay, now you will see. I'm gonna prove you wrong, no? Like
Yeah.
put your balls on the table and win this thing, no? And it
Yeah.
happened. No? We bring it home, and and was one more political thing, no? Like what was Kenny? What you know? Like
Yeah.
one day he arrive and change the map. Another day, Michelin arrive and tells you um, the rider, the tire you use today, you cannot use it for tomorrow race, and you have to use the harder compound. Why? No, because this one is not gonna make the race. You are not gonna finish the race. But okay, I did the race simulation and I finished the race. Why
Right.
can't use this tire? So of the race, you that tire.
Yeah.
And the previous day, they didn't allow you to use the tire. So or this is no,
Yeah.
it's the same. Now you have yeah. I did podium.
Yeah.
My results are good enough to keep the seat staying in,
Yeah.
and I couldn't do anything for that, no. But I could come back. The
Yeah.
2011 was a big disaster.
Was it did you just feel that your GP magic was your the feng shui or was off or whatever? What why was it such a disaster?
I just had to change team. I
Mm.
was for 4 or 5 years in Gresini with the team. I won the title. Had to move to CR and just didn't work out. Didn't
You didn't gel with the team?
we didn't even had a good relationship.
Oh, okay.
Was not good. Our relationship was not good. Everything was a disaster, and
Oh shit.
yeah, it
Okay.
was I would say the worst year in my career. But is what happened and part of the history now. I don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
continue
So
talking about them.
you found yourself like how did the Yoshimura thing come out? I mean, I know that Jake Lewis broke his leg or whatever and
Yes.
you replaced him, but how did you like how did even the thought of moving to America come into your skull? Like how did that
Mm.
happen?
Opportunity to ride in World Superbike with Aprilia, some races and then one season. And I never did a podium, but I always been super close some before. One of my best results was in Laguna before. Um, then I had I had an offer from a new team, official BMW. Was not from factory, but was to use official bikes,
Okay.
and the bikes were built in BMW. So What happened? That offer was a scam.
Oh shit. Okay.
We've been like 20 or 30 people under contract and being scammed.
Wow.
So in January we realized the team that didn't exist and was no bikes, nothing. We didn't even start the championship, and one of one of the guys with more name was Troy Corsair as a team manager. No,
Yeah.
was not his fault. Was the boss we had was the one who scam
They scammed
us.
Troy Corser too.
Yes,
No
scam
shit.
30 people. Yeah.
Wow. Like
So
the whole crew, everybody.
yeah. So I find out myself without job at home, and then uh, in 2010 I won the championship with Moriwaki Gresini. So this year when I found out myself without job, Moriwaki called me and said, "Hey, do you want to come to ride the Suzuka 8 hours with us?" And I said, "Yes, I'm home. I'm nothing to do. I'm here doing schools to kids, and I accepted. Went to ride the Suzuka 8 hours. Was so much fun. Nice atmosphere. One of the best atmospheres I ever has um, lived in motorsports. Um, the shame was we were running in P3 and we broke the handlebar, which never break a handlebar in my career, but that day happened. And yeah, we finished P14, but that I kind of, because of that race, I kind of become uh, reserve rider,
Right.
or if somebody was injured in MotoGP, no?
Okay.
So they called me. Uh, I replaced two races Karel Abram.
Okay.
Then I replaced Hector Barbera with the Ducati.
Yep.
And then I did the last three races with Forward. So I kind of raced like 6 or 7 races in MotoGP that year, no, after the Suzuka 8 hours, and again was not many options to race next year, and then is when in the last moment Jake Lewis got injured, and Yoshimura called me.
So
Initially,
Yoshimura, Don Sakakura just straight up called you?
Daisuke Hashimoto called me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, said, "Hey, I'm Daisuke. I was we know each other. Do you remember me from Showa in MotoGP?" I realized who was him very quickly, and then Don called me and was like only the story was just to come for a test to help uh, or give some advice, no, for improve the bike, improve the team, and so I accepted. We went to Austin, did the test, 3 days, and I felt comfortable fast since the beginning. I think I did P2 behind Cameron that test,
Right.
and for me was an opportunity to show myself and become a part of the team, no,
Yeah.
but I knew at the same time that was just a test. But after the test they said, okay, we think you are fast, and you can you are fast enough to win, and there's a lot of time that we cannot win, so please come to the first race, let's see what happened.
Yeah.
We arrived and we won the 2 races.
Yeah.
And then they said, please come to the second one. So, okay, great, let's do it. I won the third race, and the fourth I was leading and I fell.
Oh man.
But then they keep me, and was a nice story of all these 4 years together, and it's been amazing, no?
Yeah. I mean, that was like the start of the era between you and Cambobier, right? It was like you
Yes.
guys battling. You got a nickname, right? You got a nickname out of it, so that's cool. The Scud missile or whatever, right?
Josh Hayes put me that name.
Did he really?
Yes,
That's
yeah,
awesome, man.
yes, because he said that every lap in Laguna Seca was coming from second or third position, and boom, like passing them like a Scud missile, no?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what he said, and I adopted the name.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about it earlier with you with the your ability to kind of turn in early and kind of pinch off the inside of the corner, but still make the corner and drive out. Like how, watching you at Laguna, even like turn two, like your entry into turn two was, I was on the other side of the fence, looking down on turn two, watching you, and
Hmm.
it was just like, holy shit, how do you make that work, man? Most people can't make that work with that much brake pressure and so late on the brakes on the inside like that. How do you do that? Like,
That's that's always been a little bit my style and my strongest point in every single class. And at the end, it's just it's a combination of things. Of course, first of all, I'm like this. It come from me, but then I need I need something to support that, and that's the bike, the setup, the um, Steve's forks,
yeah,
uh, very stable geometries.
yeah,
You can you can think the strategy can be just to have a bike to be fast, or have a bike to be consistent during the race, or also have a motorcycle to be defensive,
hmm,
and to be able to attack. And my number one thing was, okay, I want a bike to attack and to be defensive, and maybe is not going to be the fastest bike to make one lap or one qualifying lap,
right,
which that's why I never been good on that, because my bike never allowed me to have only a single fast lap.
okay,
My bike was always built to be aggressive, to brake late, and to give a very hard time to my rivals, no?
yeah,
And
and
was
you
like,
did,
okay, if you want to pass me, you can try, but you will suffer, no? Like, and was a little bit was what happening, no? Like,
yeah,
they were trying, and Cameron beat me many times, but I think was a hard time for him, no? And he gave me hard time, and also
yeah,
learned. He we kind of made other, because
yeah,
uh, he was super fast, and for me, always have a strategy to beat him was a headache, no? But at the same time, was a headache for him. That's why we've been battling for during these 4 or 5 years, no? And also
yeah,
with
yeah.
of
Somebody
the
says that.
strength, no?
So,
Like, these three riders are like Josh, super
yeah,
experienced and difficult to battle. Roger, who what a
yeah.
every single
Roger was
race.
a pain in the butt.
Well, like, see all the race behind me until the last corner, and also he was for years, no? Like, who was difficult. It's been difficult with these three guys.
So I've made a few T-shirts from this show,
Yes.
and there's a guy, Trevor Watson, is suggesting that that I make what you just said a T-shirt. Like you can try to pass me okay, but you will suffer. I might make that shirt, man. That's funny. And then Ty Bankford says, "If we crash together." And he gets like a animated like a stick figure thing that's like this, like, oh well. Yeah, man.
It's funny.
So, the Yosh thing was kind of like the tail end, and then you've had like the last few years. But like, what made you decide to move to America permanently?
I like America. I always, when I was little, I had American flag in my,
Yeah,
and I didn't even, but look, I'm here, no, and it's amazing, no, like why I had for 7 8 years flag, which I love the flag because had was the flag with the eagle breaking the flag, no,
yeah,
and I always loved it, and when I had the opportunity to come, just arrive here, and I loved everything, no, and so
so you're like, I'm here, that's it, I'm American
here I
now.
want to stay here, and then I met my wife, so I have married with her and had American kids.
Yep.
I'm not gonna move now. I'm
Nice.
I'm happy. I'm happy here.
So, I don't want to spend I I don't want to spend the whole show talking about the end, but like the last few years, you've kind of had some up and downs.
Yeah,
You spent that 2020 on the M4 bike,
yeah,
and then you did a couple of sub rides on the Panera Bread Ducati with Kyle Wyman.
yeah,
You rode the Attack Yamaha,
yeah.
and then you basically wrapped with M4 again. You said all those things about setting up the bike to do all those things, and it kind of lines up with what Richard was saying about how you are as a writer. Richard said that you're number one, you're really animated. Like he said, you were super fun, and but he said you asked for a lot of changes to the bike that were kind of counter to what he's ever worked with before. And do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Well, I have to say, like after the 2020, uh, I kind of decide to on retire, but I never did it, and I never announced
Yeah,
because always I had that thing on my mind, like, oh, maybe I want to come back, no,
yeah,
but I don't know, no, and then I was curious, no, like Kyle called me, and I wanted to have a weekend with my family in the this weekend with my family, no, so we
yeah,
rent the motorhome with my wife, and we arrive in Laguna Seca with the kids, jump on Kyle's Ducati, and I had fun. Was not the best result, but I had fun, and
yeah,
we enjoyed as a family a lot that weekend.
yeah,
We have a great memories and very nice. And I'm very grateful to Kyle for to give me the chance to ride that weekend and to live this moment with my family, no.
yeah,
And then with the attack Yamaha with Richard was I was curious, no,
yeah,
and I had fun too, and uh, I know I'm a very particular racer as
yeah,
my setups are strange, my bikes are strange. Normally, the other riders don't like my setups. Uh, they,
yeah,
they don't they cannot ride with that. So at the end, uh, uh, me when you are in a team and your teammate cannot use your setup because you are not afraid to somebody copy you.
Right.
You just and yeah, and the bike was very competitive, but also I needed some stuff, and I had it, and
I mean,
I
dude,
want
you podiumed on the first weekend on
yeah,
the attack bike. Never even
yeah.
seen the like. I didn't think you. I think Richard said that you slept in your van or something the night before. Like you had no sleep and you still podiumed.
Well,
So
yeah, was everything in the last moment, and uh, I and worked. But was for two races, two podiums, and then I decided to stop again, and and then I was missing it. It's been a year. I've been coaching a lot.
yeah, you
Um,
come out to my events all the time. You're always working with somebody, right?
yeah, guys are all friends to me. Like
Yeah,
treat me super. You and other companies of
yeah.
track
I know. I
days.
know. Richard Finley says he's worked with you. You know, at Apex Assassins, and there's a few others as well.
You guys are all super cool and very
Cause you're our
grateful.
fucking hero, man. You're a world
Oh man,
champion, dude.
like I don't care. Like I'm very grounded. I'm
I know.
no problem, and I'm not even a world champion. Just I'm a coach and want to do my job the best as I can, and
Yeah,
have all these friends in the track days, and help people to 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 be better, to be faster, safer, create that connection, ride the motorcycle, because sometimes when we coach is only we try to coach the rider, no, and
yeah,
it's like let's coach the rider and let's coach the motorcycle. Let's coach them together and make them be one, no.
yeah,
And this is, and I'm very grateful, and the people uh, is giving me very nice satisfaction, no, when you see them improve. It's for me, it's like giving back this what Jesus gave me, no.
yeah.
And I just feel grateful. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So what? I mean, really quick. Like, I mean, really quick. Like, what led you to come to the decision to hang it up, the racing? You know, I know you made that
Yeah,
announcement on TV, and everybody was like, you know. But like,
yeah.
what brought you to the conclusion that you were gonna punch out?
No, with M4 Hammer team, uh, I was really motivated to pump, super pump, wanted to come back and win,
Yeah,
and that's what was in my mind, no. And we talked with John and with Chris, and kind of convinced them to, okay, let's do this, let's do it. And then I arrived the first test, and was difficult. Was was in Baton Willow, and when I jumped
I
back on the
I
bike,
I, I was there, bro.
I realized, like, man, this is fast. Like, everything go so fast, and this didn't happen before to me. Like everything was uh like before in slow motion, and now was everything was out of my control, no. But I keep the calm, and I said, okay, calm down, let's do it. Let's let's keep doing more tests, and then we went to Chacual, and I had some fun. But then the feeling come back we in the first race, no.
Yeah,
Everything was super fast, and everybody was fast, and I didn't like the bike. I didn't like the setup. I was not comfortable, and one day, and then the second day, and then the first race, team every single moment. We worked really hard, but the things didn't didn't work, and then I start to ask myself like, okay,
What the
what the
fuck am
heck
I
are you
doing in
doing
here?
here?
Yeah.
Like, and myself this before, and and yeah, went to the second race thinking we could be better, but was worse, no? And my my head and my heart start to say, okay, I think 34 or 36 years, and your body for the first time is asking to say, hey, maybe it's time to stop. And okay, i'm I'm putting of race number three. If in the race number three is not happening what I want as a person, as a racer, I have to stop. Is the team, or is a personal feeling like to say, okay, I'm not comfortable dealing with all these feelings, no? And it happened, no? Arrived Road America and was the same. I'm happy the way I finished in the last race, doing a P5, fighting with Escalante and Scott, beating them in the last lap, heartbreaking areas. Was nice,
Yeah.
but still that
It looked like you were having fun again. It's what it looked like to me. No?
honestly,
Really?
and I
Man.
was I was satisfied, but was not fun, and didn't satisfy BP5. So was a
Right.
good race, but was not good to me. The decision was clear. We talked before with Chris and John, and was a little bit surprising, but they understood and my decision,
Yeah.
and I think was time for me to step out, let this seat to a young
Okay.
gun who have a big balls, who is super hungry, super motivated, who
Cody
is not
Wyman.
afraid,
That's what I was hoping.
and what
I was hoping for Cody Wyman.
I think was my time, no, and that, and I'm very happy with what I did in my career,
Yeah.
and very grateful to John and Chris to understand, and and I'm happy.
Right
Like
on.
it's
So
okay,
what?
no? Like,
So
no.
you and I've been talking offline about this, but like, what's your next step? What's TE24 up to next step? Formula 40 club racing.
Sure, it's like it's like my main thing now is coaching.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to receive coach, you guys will find me around California. You guys can contact me easily, or contact the track companies who, for example, you guys, and and then also I have other projects like I love shoes. we build shoes with my sister, and we have this project going on,
Okay.
and also fighting too.
Yeah.
My kids and live as much years as possible,
Right
as
on,
many.
man. Well, let me you know, obviously we're running a little bit longer than we were talking about, but I want to get to some of the comments real quick. So let me kind of
Yes,
scroll through those real quick. So
yes.
hang on a second. Yeah, we've already covered most of the questions that I'm seeing. Estoril, this kind of Chunky Bung says it's so rad hearing your story from way back when you started. What a gnarly career.
Thank you, man.
Irate Barry from Utah says, I finally found someone my same height. Hi, Tony. He's a little short guy in Utah, man. It's pretty funny. Um, let's see here. Moto2 Champ stuff. We talked about that sponsor guy. Um, let's see what else. I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments real quick. Um, Barry says he deals with the public a ton now at the dealership, and the consensus is that they don't know there's even a racetrack near them. So they don't even know the history of these OEM and what racing really is. They have no idea what racing develops their bikes. So that's that was talking about the bike sales stuff. Um, let's see what else here. Um, Jesse Nelson, he's a racer out of Minnesota, actually. He says, "What are the settings that could be so much better with electronics? GPS settings that change the bike every turn?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, like what electronics are the best? Like the ones that can change the bike at every corner? Is that the electronics that you like, or is it like you'd rather not have them?
Well, I think will be better for the show, like not to have them. Uh, they are working. Some of them, the rider can manage it. Some others are being uh, working by satellite. No, the rider
Yeah,
doesn't even have to do anything.
right.
So that's
Rider
Formula
doesn't
One.
have to do anything but ride the bike.
Yeah, it's like mm, okay, it's technology and it's what we have today, but
Yeah,
we are we are losing the control a little bit, and that's not nice for the show.
yeah. And then I think we're talking about the other manufacturers versus Ducati. And Trevor Watson said that he thought that Japan went on break during COVID and Europe stayed full gas on development.
I about
Yeah,
COVID or not is more about the mentality. Was I believe was I think was a question of time that what's happening because yeah, Japan can for many years build incredible motorcycles, but they always been in the past when I've been in MotoGP they were really slow in decisions, no? So
yeah,
factory, European factory with money and with technology, uh, with time, at the end they will be faster and better, and it's what's happening right now.
hmm. And then let's see what else.
And KTM, sorry,
Avi says that you signed his leathers at Button Willow, and he says that you're the nicest guy ever, and
thank
he
you,
and that you rode together on his birthday weekend. Unforgettable,
amazing.
right? Um, and then when you were talking about your coaching stuff, Bearded Jixer says, me, take my money, Tony."
What?
Yeah, like he wants to have you coach him. So like
Okay,
we could set that up, buddy. So just
easily,
text me, dude. Like my
yes.
number. We could get that. And then Jesse again says that based on your specific needs for your setup, that he thought that you sound a little bit like Troy Bayliss did, wanting a bike that suits him perfectly.
Yep, that
Mm-hmm.
on uh, on that side, and that's why he never succeed with Honda. He study because the Ducati very long bikes and tough to ride and bikes to be super aggressive going into the corner, a lot of corner speed, and Troy and I being very similar on that. That's why, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I remember Troy coming and doing the wild card ride, the final round at Valencia that one year, and he just whooped everybody, right?
one, yeah.
So, yeah. Um, and then that buy a jet from Steve Main. He's that Altus sponsor guy, and he says he wants to know if you have any interest in starting your own team and coaching young up and coming talent.
No, I'm not in my own team because I had
Shit.
I
Okay,
been
that was
I
quick.
had yeah I had my own team. I've been
Yeah.
a team owner, and it's it's complicated. Maybe it's not the best business.
Oh, yeah. I hear you, man.
It's a lot of work and a lot of investments, and uh, it's difficult to sleep at nights. One day you wake up and you lose one of your sponsors,
Yeah.
and then suffer and push, and it's terrible, no? Like I prefer give my experience in another way, no?
Yeah.
For
sharing
example,
sharing your wealth of knowledge with somebody, so like what you've learned
yeah,
doesn't end with you, right?
we can say coaching, manager, or all these of motorcycle racing in general, but not being a team owner, like just
Right.
giving my experience in different areas.
Well, right on, Tony, man. This has been a good chat. Really quick, I gotta run some stuff down. I gotta uh the DOW guys, they're some of my crew, and they started their little race team, and they made me a shirt that says the dude.
Cool.
And then also, I'm doing that charity bicycle ride thing from San Francisco to Los Angeles later this year, and been training for it pretty hard. And recently, I did a deal with Pirelli, so now I'm on. I'm sponsored by Pirelli on the bicycle, and I can't tires, and I can't wait to try these things. I guess they're 30s, tubeless 30s. We're gonna have to ride together now that you're not racing and stuff, right?
You'll get sticky to the tarmac.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, Pirelli sponsoring all of my two-wheeled adventures now. So it's pretty cool of them to hook me up with tires. I got a box of these. Like I pretty much get whatever, like anything I need now. They're like, yeah, send it. I'll send them, no problem. So supposedly these are new from Italy, so I'm looking forward to trying these. So anyway, but yeah, Tony, good chat, dude. Thanks for this. This is awesome.
Thank you, man.
You got
It's a
any last words? Any words of encouragement for new racers? Something like that?
Just be safe, and I'm here available for you guys. So contact this guy or
Yeah,
let's have a
we've been talking. We've been kind of cooking up some plans, so we might announce something later. But if you guys wanted to do a one-on-one with Tony, feel free to email me, Dustin@trackdays.com, or those of you that know me, text me, and I will put you in touch with this legend, and we'll schedule a one-on-one. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
ready.
So good chat, buddy, and
Good
well, I
chat.
guess
Thank
I'll see
you.
you at the track, buddy.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
man. All right. Good
Good
night.
luck. Bye. See you, everybody.